Hi, it's me again for another session for your Foundations of Education. So we are done with your first lesson for the finals. And for today, we will be talking about the legal basis on how the educational system was developed and what are the laws, policies, and acts that you have to know that are related to the development of your educational system or of our educational system in the Philippines. And we will start with the 1987 Philippine Constitution. So what is in the 1987 Philippine Constitution? So we can see it in the Article 14, Education, Science and Technology, Arts, Culture, and Sports. Ayan. So ano yung sinasabi ng article na ito about education? So in Section 1, the state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels. Ayan. So ibig sabihin, lahat tayo, we have the right to enroll, to study, and to have quality education in all levels, sa kindergarten, elementary, high school, college, and even in the studies, postgraduate studies, we all have the right. So, hindi pinipili kung sino ang magkakaroon ng quality education. Okay? Ano pang gagawin ng state? The state shall establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education. So, kailangang i-work out ng state yung system of education ng ating bansa. What else? Nagkaroon tayo ng free public education in the elementary and high school level. So, during the Americans, sa ating first lesson, nagkaroon ng free and compulsory education in the elementary. But in the 1987 Philippine Constitution, it states that we have your free public education in the elementary and also in the high school level. Okay? And ang compulsory pa rin is your elementary education. Ayan. So hanggang ngayon, compulsory po talaga yung elementary education. Ang free, elementary and high school. Ang compulsory or ang pinakakailangan is your elementary education. Kailangan lahat ay mag-aral sa elementary. Yun yon. And we also have scholarship grants. Ayan, magbibigay daw yung state ng scholarship grants, student loan programs, subsidies, and other incentives. Kanino ibibigay? Sa mga deserving students in both public and private schools, especially to the underprivileged. So, yung mga hindi talaga afford mag-aral, kailangang suportahan yan ng state by giving scholarships, ayan, student loans, and subsidies, and even other incentives. This is to support para makapag-aral talaga yung mga bata. Okay? So, nagkaroon din tayo ng mga non-formal, informal, and indigenous learning systems, as well as self-learning, independent, and out-of-school study programs. So, hindi lamang yung mga nasa formal schooling ang binibigyang pansin ng ating state. Also, we have your trainings, di ba? Vocational trainings, kaya nandiyan yung TESDA, nandiyan yung mga alternative learning system or your ALS for the out-of-school youth. Ayan. At may mga seminars din na binibigay, di ba? Para sa atin or para sa lahat ng mga tao na nasa community. Even the adult citizens, the disabled, yung mga may kapansanan, and out-of-school youth, binibigyan sila ng training in civics, vocational efficiency, and other skills. So, yun yung ginagawa ng state natin. And of course, ayan, the state shall take into account regional and sectoral needs and conditions and shall encourage local planning in the development of educational policies and programs. Number 2, in the Section 5, academic freedom naman ang pinag-uusapan. What is academic freedom? Yung academic freedom is enjoyed by all institutions of higher learning. Ito yung nasa tertiary education. Ayan. Kung alam niyo yung college, yung mga universities, meron silang academic freedom. Kaya naman, hindi lahat ng college at hindi lahat ng college, especially private schools, ay mayroong entrance exam because it's their freedom, it's their choice on how to manage their college or their university. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng academic freedom. May freedom tayo or may freedom ang isang private school to select kung sino yung mga teachers na pagtuturuin niya sa school na yan, what are the qualifications, what is inside the curriculum, yun yung tinatawag nating academic freedom. So, every citizen has the right to select a profession or course of study. So, hindi pinipilit sa'yo na magpulis ka or mag-teacher ka kahit hindi mo gusto. You have the right to select a profession of your course study. Ayan. So, meron din tayong mga ginagawa for teachers to professional advancement. Okay, the state shall enhance the right of teachers to professional advancement. Kaya naman mayroong seminars and trainings na napakarami for teachers para sa kanilang professional advancement. Okay? Even the non-teaching academic and non-academic personnel, they must enjoy also, or they shall enjoy the protection of the state. The state shall assign highest budgetary priority to education. O, nagbibigay sila ng malaking budget sa education para maraming ma-attract na talents. Okay? Especially yung mga academically excellent na mga professionals para ma-maintain natin. Okay? We need to maintain a high standard of teachers and professionals in the educational field para mas maganda yung kalalabasan or yung level or yung output ng ating educational system. So, aside from the 1987 Constitution, we have the Education Act of 1982. Ano naman ito? This was an act providing the establishment and maintenance of the integrated system of education. So, ano yung mga goals ng ACT? To achieve and maintain an accelerating rate of economic development and social progress, to assure the maximum participation of people in the attainment and enjoyment of the benefits of such growth, ayan, to achieve and strengthen national unity and consciousness, and preserve, develop, and promote desirable cultural, moral, and spiritual values in the changing world. So the goal of that act, for short, is to provide or to produce citizens that are productive and helpful for the development of our society. So we also have other legal bases or other acts that supports the development of our educational system. Unang-una dyan, we have the Act number 74. What is this? This is the establishment of the Department of Public Instruction. Ano naman itong Department of Public Instruction? Ayan, anong ginagawa nito? So, dinivide niya yung mga schools division and districts for effective management of the school system. So, nagkaroon ng localization because of the Act number 74. Ang ginamit na instruction in all levels of schooling is English. Ayan, English was made as the medium of instruction. Ibig sabihin, kapag nagtuturo si teacher, English yung ginagamit niya. Okay, nagkaroon din ng optional na religious instruction in all schools. Ayan. At dito rin, because of the Act number 74, nagkaroon ng Philippine Normal University. Ayan. Dito nang gagaling, or this is really the school for teacher education. That's the original, or that is the very first school for teacher education, and until now, it is still existing. Okay? Maraming napoproduce na magagaling na teachers yung Philippine Normal University. Second act, we have the Act number 2706, known as the Private School Law. Sa Private School Law, ayan, ito yung nagbibigay ng power to the state to obligatory, recognize, and inspect private schools and colleges. Ayan. Bakit? To maintain a standard of efficiency in all private schools and colleges in the country. Kaya naman, even though we are in the private sector or we are a private school, the government still inspects or the government wants to make sure that the standards uh, are still observed and maintained. Okay? So, nagkaroon ng Commonwealth Act number 180. Ayan, dinagdagan niya, the state must have the power to supervise, inspect, and regulate said schools and colleges in order to determine the efficiency, take note of the word efficiency of instruction given in the same. Okay. Kasi, they want to eliminate also the whole diploma mills. Ano yung diploma mills? Ayan, yung kahit hindi nag-e-effort ang bata, pag-graduated ng isang private school. Diba? Yung mga substandard schools, yung napakababa ng standards para lamang gumraduate or sometimes para lamang sa pera. Kaya nagkaroon ng private school law. Okay? We also have your Commonwealth Act number 1, that's the National Defense Act. Ito naman, nagkaroon daw ng preparatory military training. Dapat ibigay yan sa mga youth in elementary grade school at the age of 10 years and shall extend through the remainder of his schooling into college or post-secondary education. So, kailangan ng preparatory or preparation for military training tayong lahat. Kaya naman, the Presidential Decree 1706 issued by President Marcos, otherwise known as the National Service Law, ito yung parang NSTP na tinatawag natin. Okay? All citizens to render civic welfare service, law enforcement service, and military service. That's the National Service Law. Kaya naman meron tayong ROTC, meron tayong CWTS, meron tayong LTS or the Literacy Training Services. Ayan. We have the Commonwealth Act number 80 naman. Ito yung nag-create ng Office of Adult Education kasi hindi lamang yung mga bata ang nangangailangan ng edukasyon. That's why the Office of Adult Education, they wanted to eliminate illiteracy kaya nagbigay sila ng mga vocational and citizenship training to adult citizens. Kaya para hindi lang yung mga bata yung natututo, para din matulungan yung ating mga adult citizens. We also have your Commonwealth Act of number 578. Ano naman ito? Ayan. The status of persons in authority upon the teachers, professors, and persons in charge. So, we are protected, teachers, we are protected by this Commonwealth Act. Nagkaroon ng persons in authority. And, kung hindi mo gagalangin ang mga teachers, professors, at mga yan, maaari kang magkaroon ng penalty of imprisonment. Ayan, ranging from 6 months and 1 day to 6 years at maaari kang magmulta ng 500 to 1,000 pesos upon any person found guilty of assault upon those teaching personnel. So, mag-ingat din tayo kung may nasasaktan tayo mga teachers. Ayan. Commonwealth Act number 586, that is the Education Act of 1940. Ito naman, ayan, anong nangyari dito sa act na ito? Yung 7-year na elementary course, ginawang 6 years na lamang. Ayan. And dapat daw, 7 kang papasok sa grade 1. Okay? 7 years old ka dapat kapag nag-enroll ka sa grade 1. So, the National Support of Elementary Education, compulsory attendance in the primary grades. So, dapat yung mga primary grades, dapat palaging present sa school. Okay? Yung mga grade 1, 2, and 3. And of course, nagkaroon din ng double single session because of the Commonwealth Act number 586 or known as the Education Act of 1940. When we talk about the double single session, that is when may grupong papasok sa umaga, may grupo ding papasok sa afternoon. Ayan, yun yung double single session. Now, we have here the Commonwealth Act number 589. Ayan, ano naman ito? Ito yung nagbibigay, nagre-require sa all schools, both public and private, to conduct rituals of solemn and patriotic ceremonies before the start of classes. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng flag raising ceremony dahil inutos yan sa atin ng batas. Commonwealth Act number 589 or dito din sa batas na ito, kailangan natin kantahin yung national anthem, the Philippine National Anthem, and the Panatang Makabayan. Okay? Yun yung nagbibigay sa atin ng obligasyon para kantahin yung Philippine National Anthem at Panatang Makabayan every morning nung nag-aaral pa lang tayo sa elementary. So we also have the Republic Act number 139. Ayan, ito naman ng bumuo sa Board of Textbooks. Board of Textbooks, sila yung nag-check, sila yung nag-supervise sa mga textbooks or mga libro na binibigay sa mga students, sa mga bata. They will check if the information are legit or reliable or hindi, or may mga fake news doon, ayan, or may mga censored na bagay na hindi dapat makita ng ating mga bata based sa kanilang age. Okay? Even in the private schools, they are free to use their own books. Kaya naman yung mga private schools, may sarili silang book, di ba? Tapos binibili ng mga students. Ayan. The private schools, they may use their book of their choice. Kaya lang, kailangan niyang i-check din ng Board of Textbooks. Ayan, dapat wala silang correction or hindi umangal yung Board of Textbooks dyan. We also have your Republic Act number 896, which is the Elementary Education Act of 1953. Binalik ang grade 7. Ayan. Kaso, hindi natuloy dahil kulang tayo sa pondo. Ayan. Abolition of double single sessions. Tinanggal na yung double single, yung sa umaga tsaka sa hapon, naging whole day na. Single session na lahat. Okay? And, sa primary, yung mga grade 1, 2, and 3, iisang teacher lang. Yung mga nasa grades 4, 5, and 6, ayan, iba-iba na yung teachers nila for different subjects. Additionally, sa Republic Act number 896 naman, nagkaroon ng compulsory completion of the elementary grade. So, kailangan gumraduate ang lahat ng bata ng grade 6 or grade 7. Ayan. Compulsory enrollment of children in the public schools upon attaining 7 years of age. So, kapag 7 na yung anak mo or 7 na yung bata, dapat na siyang pumasok sa public elementary school. Yun yung sinasabi ng Republic Act number 896. So, we also have the Republic Act number 1124. Ano naman ito? Nagkaroon tayo ng National Board of Education. Ano naman ang National Board of Education? Anong ginagawa nila? They formulate general education policies and directing the educational interest of the nation. Kaya nagkaroon ng mga professional standards for teachers. It's because of the National Board of Education. We also have your Republic Act number 1265, which is the daily flag ceremony shall be compulsory in all educational institutions. So kung naranasan ninyo yan during our elementary, kailangan nating mag-attend ng everyday ng flag raising ceremony, di ba? And wala tayong magagawa at even our teachers because they are just following the Republic Act number 1265. Ayan, included na dyan daw yung pagkanta ng Philippine National Anthem. Next is the Republic Act number 1425 na nagsasabi that in the elementary, high school, and universities and colleges, public man yan or private, kailangang ituro ang life, works, and writings of Jose Rizal, especially the Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. That's why when we were in high school, meron tayong Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. And we also have a subject sa college na Life and Works of Rizal kasi nga inutos yan ng batas. Okay? So we also have your Republic Act number 4670 or known as the Magna Carta for Public School Teachers. Magna Carta for Public School Teachers provides or promote and improve the social and economic status of public school teachers, their living and working conditions, their employment and career prospects. Ayan. Yan yung focus ng Magna Carta. That is for protection, for support sa mga teachers natin. So, inside the Magna Carta, mayroong mga recruitment qualifications ang teachers. We also have the Code of Professional Conduct na dapat sundin ng mga teachers. Hindi basta-bastang you act sa gusto mo. Dapat mong sundin yung Code of Conduct. Then, 6 hours dapat yung maximum na pagtuturo sa inside the classroom. Okay? Additional compensation na 25% sa mga overtime, mga ganyan. Health and injury benefits through the GSIS, 1-year study leave. So, pag 7 years ka nang nagtuturo sa public school, tapos gusto mong mag-aral, bibigyan ka ng 1-year study leave. Okay? Pero sa 1 year na study leave na yon, mayroon ka pa rin natatanggap na salary of 60% every month. Ayan. Diba? Kahit hindi ka pumapasok, naka-leave ka, may 60% ka pa na salary every month. So, after 1 year, hindi na. Wala ka ng sahod niyan. Okay? Kailangan mo nang bumalik. One range salary increase upon retirement and the freedom to form organization. So, yun yung sinasabi ng Magna Carta for public school teachers. We also have the Republic Act number 1079. Ano naman ito? This is the Civil Service Eligibility. Okay? Sinasabi ng Republic Act number 1079 that if you are a civil service eligible person or individual, permanent na yon. So, habang buhay, eligible ka na. Okay? Kaya walang renew, katulad sa PRCID na palagi mo siyang i-renew after 3 years. Okay? And we also have the Republic Act number 6655, which is the last act that we will be discussing. This is the Free Public Secondary Education Act of 1988. So in this act, we have the free public secondary education to all qualified citizens and promote quality education at all level. Walang tuition fee or other fees shall be collected except fees related to membership in the school community, kagaya naman ng ID, student organization, publication, ayan, babayaran. Pero kung hindi daw nakabayad yung estudyante, that will not hinder a student from enrollment or graduation. Kahit may utang pa siya na hindi nabayaran, pwedeng mag-enroll pa rin at gumraduate yung batang iyon. Okay? And then, we also have the nationalization of all public secondary schools. A student who fails in majority of his academic subjects for 2 years could no longer avail in their program. So kapag 2 years na tapos marami kang bagsak, pwede nang hindi mo na ma-avail yung free public secondary education. Yun yung sinasabi ni Republic Act number 665. 1988 pa naman yan. Free Public Education Act of 1988. So those are some of the acts that you have to know on how the system of education was developed or continuously developing until now, di ba? And marami pang acts that are enacted or created by our lawmakers para masuportahan ang development ng ating educational system. So if you want to read more or if you want to know more acts, you can read. Marami sa internet, marami tayong resources na pwedeng pagtingnan ng mga acts na yon. So I hope that you have learned something, you have learned a lot in this topic, and I will see you again on your next lesson. Okay? Have a great day and goodbye.